Okay, welcome to my first video on the Heidelberg Printmaster 46. It'll be the same as the Quickmaster 46. This first video is going to be about water control issues. First one I'm going to talk about is the bottles have these caps on them with this spring-loaded stopper, I guess you could call it. And so it works so that when you tip the bottle upside down, the water doesn't fall out when you're putting it in the press. Well, really that's all this is good for, is so you don't get your boots wet. This thing causes a lot of trouble. It'll give you like an airlock. So you'll be running the press and all of a sudden on one side of the sheet it'll start going black or whatever color you got on there. It's because it's run out of water, because the water, this thing's got an airlock and it's not filling up the tray. The tray has to be full up to this level here, but no higher. So what I've done is, and what I recommend is, you just take the guts out of there. If you just get on the end here with a pair of pliers, give that a tug, you can pull that right out, and then you won't have that airlock problem anymore. You'll have to be careful when you tip the bottle upside down, because it will just spill all over the place. But if you just do it quickly, if you just do it quickly into the hole there, it should be fine, and that'll stop it from drying out. Another problem is leaking. So you'll be running along and all of a sudden one side of your job goes faint and you're leaking water somewhere and you're not sure why. Well, it could be several reasons. One of them could be the seals. You got to make sure your seals are clean and in good shape. That's a fairly new one. They're quite thick when they're new, and they get a little worn out. You can see how that one's quite a bit thinner. Got that edge on it. So there is a point where they just don't work. The other thing is that there's this little spring, and in the parts book it looks like this guy here, and this spring pushes against the seal, which then presses that against the roller, so it holds it in place. Now if the spring gets damaged, you might have to take the rollers out and get something under there and push that spring out so there's more tension against the seal. These things get covered in dried up ink, and some operators don't pull these out every night to clean them, and then you get stuck on there, and when you pull on it, it distorts that spring. On the press, it's right here. Oopsies, bear with me. It's down in here. So you'd have to take this roller out and this roller out. And I'll show you what that looks like on the parts press here. It's right inside. So that's this guy here. You can see how it bends. So you can just get a screwdriver under there or something and pull it out so that there's more tension. If you're in a pinch, you can take your seal and get some double-sided tape, put it on there. This is kind of a hack move, but it works. And double-sided tape, a piece of like 18-point board on there, and that'll give you a little more pressure between the spring, the seal, and the roller. That works. The other thing that could happen, let's take this off here, take the water tray out. Now the pan roller, this roller here sits in the water, and the ends can get quite dirty, from doing wash-ups. So I recommend that you keep those clean, because what can happen is on the ends you'll get dried, crusty ink buildup, and it'll go inside the water tray and act kind of like a water wheel, and it'll spray water all over the place. So if you're having water leaking or dripping or spitting, first thing I would check is that. Make sure that roller ends are clean. You should keep all the roller ends clean on the press anyways. So there's that. And then of course, if your rollers just aren't set right, you could get leaking. And that's all I got for water issues on this machine. It's the same on the Quickmaster. That's a Quickmaster 46. It's a little bit older, but it's the water system on that first unit is the same. I think I can show. Let me see if I can get in there. You can see on the end how all that dirty ink on there. So, I mean, that's extreme. This is a parts press, but that's the same roller, just looking at it from the back. Anyways, I hope this helps, and yeah, take that plunger out of there. Thanks for watching.